in Pali. Bhante, can you share merits in Pali?
Share merit with whom? With Devas?
No, with Bhante.
Yes, please. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mayang katang puya samina anmodyam tabang.
Sadhan modami.
Samina katang puyang mayada tabang.
Sadhan modita.
Okas vandami Bhante. Dvaratahena mayang katam sab achyang kamatame Bhante.
Kamami kamitabang.
Dutiyamti okas vandami Bhante. Dvaratahena mayang katam sab achyang kamatame Bhante.
Kamami kamitabang.
Tatyampi okas vandami Bhante. Dvaratahena mayang katam sab achyang kamatame Bhante.
Supateva. May you be well and happy. May everyone have the opportunity to maintain this effort until you die.
Sadhu,
Then the
Bhante.
benefits will come to your lives
Thank you.
when you maintain effort. Okay.
Asking for Ajivatta Maggashil.
Okay, great.
Okas aham Bhante ti saranena sattik. Ajiv Attamaggashilang Dhammang Yachami Anugahang Katva Shilang Detame Bhante. Dutiyamti Okas aham Bhante ti saranena satti Ajiva Attamaggashilang Dhammang Yachami Anugahang Katva Shilang Detame Bhante. Tatyamti okas aham Bhante te saranena sati ajiv attamaggashilang dhammang yachami anugahang katva shilang detame Bhante anukampang upadaya.
Sadhu. Okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You want in Pali or English?
Pali Bhante.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinnadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinnadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Abrahmacharya veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Abrahmacharya veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Pisunavacha veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Pisuna vacha veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Parusavacha veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Parusa vacha veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Sampapalapa veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Rampapalapa veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Miccha jiva veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Vichajiva samadhiyami.
With the refuge of the noble triple gem,
With the refuge of noble triple gem,
I observe these precepts
I observe these precepts
for happiness in this life,
for happiness in this life,
to attain
to
Nibbana.
attain Nibbana.
Sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
My homage to my teacher who gave ordination and taught Dhamma, to most venerable Kiribat Guda Jnanananda Thera, that is our Pingvat Lokaswamin Vahansa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear meritorious devotees, you know, in Dhamma sermons, before we start the sermon, we address the devotees as meritorious devotees. We don't just call them ladies and gentlemen. We don't call them dear friends. In a Dhamma sermon, we call them meritorious devotees. The reason we call them meritorious, that's because they are really meritorious. They are lucky. They have a future. They know what they are doing. They are mindful. They have joined for a great purpose. So, you all are truly meritorious to start your day in a wonderful way like this. And the result is to be free from all the sufferings one day. Now, when you wake up early morning, you might feel like it's very painful and difficult and hard to dedicate. But the results are not painful, very blissful. The result is one day to attain Nibbana, that is to be free from all the sufferings. As long as you breathe, remember there is suffering. That is your advice for your life, the today's advice. As long as you breathe, there is suffering. It doesn't mean to commit suicide, because after you commit suicide, still there is breathing process is there that has not abandoned. As long as there is life, there is suffering. In Pali, we call it Bhavapachya Jati. In Pali, you call it what? Bhavapachya Jati. Bhava means accumulation of karma. Accumulation of karma to be born in sensual worlds. Accumulation of karma to be born in higher divinities. Then accumulation of karma to be born in Arupaloka, formless worlds. So, when there is always an accumulation of karma is being taken place, it could be white or it could be dark, there's always a result. The only karma that will make you attain Nibbana is neither white, neither dark. So, what you are doing, observing precepts, meditating, and learning Dhamma, these things are neither white, neither dark. The result is attaining Nibbana. When it is neither white, neither dark, there is a result. Because you might be wondering, if it is neither white, neither dark, what would we get? Yes, what we get is Nibbana. But I'm wondering, dear Dhamma friends, there are 247 participants. And you all are lay devotees. How do you all keep the Ajivatama precepts? How do you all protect it at workplace? Some of you all, I think mostly are married. So do you all like observe Ajivatama precepts until evening and observe 5 precepts? Or it's for the morning? Because some devotees, they have a There were devotees in the Buddha's time. They observed for a particular time and they observed maybe 5 precepts. Some they did not, they did something in the daytime, in the night they change. Like, how do you all follow these Ajataka precepts? It's very subtle, and celibate precept is there. That's a monk's precept. That is totally away from all the sexual activities. So, especially for married people, uh, they should know that these Ajivatama precepts, I'll explain the precepts, the meaning. Uh, the first one is abstaining from killing living beings. That is common with the 5 precepts. The second one is abstaining from stealing. That is also common with 5 precepts. But Abrahmacharya Veda Manisikkhapada Samadhyami means you totally abstain from all the sexual activities. Can't engage in any type of sexual activity at all. The Buddha's celibate precept, a monk can't touch a woman with a lustful thought. A monk can't touch a woman with a lustful thought. That's the incelibacy precept, the celibate precept. Then abstaining from telling lies, that is there in 5 precepts. No problem. Then backbiting, pisnavacha, like carrying tales, like you hear something somewhere else and you come and talk somewhere else. That is good. Uh, it's good to control your verbal actions. And then harsh speech. That is very clear, you can do it. Then Pisunavacha, Sampappalapa, it's very difficult. That's why, because when you work at office, they'll come and talk something like something not relevant to your life at all, not relevant to your work at all. And if you don't talk, they'll get angry with you. So, like for an example, when somebody comes to office early morning, look here, I saw this on my way, I saw that. And then, oh, what did you see? Oh, that's all. So like that, we might tend to speak unnecessary things, so you should be very careful. There are 32 useless talks. Are you aware of the 32 useless talks? There are 32. You can't talk about kings, you can't talk about actresses, you can talk about actors, and then you can't talk about food. Now, food in the sense, like, for an example, you might have to ask your children, what are you eating? That's done. Then suppose maybe your wife has prepared some food. Then you eat it, but you can't ask, what have you prepared? Have you put enough salt? Can you prepare this? How about that food? Can you make this? You can't talk too much about food because this precept is for higher attainment of Nibbana. So you should control your sense faculties. Like what the precepts do is it reduces your craving. The precepts will control your craving. When your craving is controlled, your desires are controlled. When your desires are controlled, that's where you learn to satisfy yourself with what you have. Therefore, don't take these precepts in a simple manner. These precepts, when you protect them, these precepts will help you to attain Nibbana. And throughout the day, if you are protecting these precepts, recall them. It's like 8 types of streams of merit coming to your life. The good actions, the good result is like a huge river, like Ganganang river. like Yamuna River, like Neranjara River, like Saraswati River. You know the amount of water that comes in Ganganang River, right? So by observing one precept, you will get a merit. You know the meaning of you know the meaning of merit, right? By protecting one precept, you will get a merit like Ganganang River. Therefore, don't take it simple. If someone has difficulties, try to protect it. But if someone is disturbed, maybe because the people who are married, at least observe until you go home. Because your permanent precept is the five precepts. Five precepts is also enough to attain Nibbana. Therefore, some might think, oh, Aji term precepts, I can't do this, and they don't protect at all. No, don't do that. Observe it. Even if you stay for 2 hours, the merit is there if you stay for 2 hours. You don't have to go to office and like struggle to gain a merit. The moment you determine, I won't do Pisuna Vacha, the moment you determine, you get a merit. Some people think, oh, I should come across with an incident, I have to tell Pisuna Vacha. I should come across with an incident to abstain from telling lies, then only I will gain a merit. No, no, no. The moment you determine that I will abstain from these things, the merit start coming to your life. So today, that is a short introduction for the program because you are observing Ajivāttamika precepts. These precepts are usually given for people who are training to become monks. When we were trained for 1 year, these precepts were given for us. The reason they give these Ajivāttamika precepts, that's because if we take opposite the precepts, we can't eat after 12. Because uh, during the time of our training period, we have to look after the sangha. We should offer food. So after doing all that, we don't have time to eat before 12 o'clock. So that's why these precepts, that upasana precept is not there. So that's why Ajiva Attamika precepts are given to the training lay people to become monks. So we can do that because we have given up the lay lives. The ones who are staying at home, they should learn and be smart to do these precepts and also to keep the family life balance. If not, you will have to join for the program secretly. So, I wanted to teach you from a sutta from Majjhima Nikaya, from middle length discourses. One day, a boy wanted to become a monk. A boy wanted to become a monk. Then the parents asked, look here, you have money, you have friends, you have a big house, you have our wealth, you have your grandparents' wealth. All these paddy fields belong to you. Then, when you have all these things, why do you want to become a monk? That's what. So, the parents, they think that when you have money, when you have a house, when you have a wife, when you have children, you have got what you want in life. If you have got all these things, why not everyone is happy? The people who are married, if they are already married, if they have already children, they should be happy and smiling always, right? So, uh, usually what people think is If people are having a house, if they have children, if the children are studying very well, people think that everything is fine. While they are suffering because of the children, while they are suffering because of their house and because of their husband and because of their children, while suffering, they think that things are fine. They think a monk life is a failure. Don't people think in India? If someone is not going to a university and if they give up all these things and become a monk, they think, oh, it's a failure. Why did he become a monk in vain? They think it's a failure. But what's what is failure in life? Whoever can't give up the lay life is a failure. When the husband doesn't talk, they are sad. When the wife doesn't talk, husband is sad. When the children don't listen, parents are sad. So that's because uh, there is something wrong. There's something that makes us sad in our life. So then, uh, this boy, after struggling, he became a monk. One second. Sneezing early morning. So, this boy, anyway, he was able to convince the mother and father, and he became a monk. After he became a monk, he became an arahant. Then he met a king. Even the king said, why did you become a monk? You are not old yet. You are not poor. Your family is not bankrupt. Why did you become a monk? Why did you give up the lay life? Then he said in Pali, Upaniyati loko adduvo. What's the first one? Upaniyati loko adduvo. Do you like to chant after me? Pali, the Buddha's wonderful words, the words that was said by your great teacher who was born in India. Do you like to utter the words that was said by a Buddha, your great teacher who became a Buddha at Bodh Gaya? Did you know all the Buddhas become Buddhas at Bodh Gaya? All the Buddhas. So close your eyes and say after me, Upaniyati loko adduo.
Upaniyati loko adho.
Upaniyati loko adduo.
Upaniyati loko adho.
Very good. Upaniyati loko adduo. Loko means the world. Buddha explained, uh, Buddha used the word world to explain about our life as well. World means the life that is with 6 feet from your souls to your head, from head to your souls. The Blessed One said, the world is being dragged to old age. The human beings are being dragged to old age. You can't stop that. Can you stop being old? Is there a special machine in India? Eh? This world is uh, unstable. Why it is unstable? Human beings are dragged to old age. Upaniyati loko adduvo. Upaniyati loko adduvo. Therefore, this is why I became a monk. You all might not be able to become a monk, but your lives are also getting dragged to old age. Therefore, don't tell lies. Don't be lazy. When you get old, forget about your next life. When you do bad things, when you get old, you will regret. Not now. Because when you get old, remember, trust me, your mind get weak. When your mind gets weaker, your mind will not remember the things that you have done good. When your mind gets weak, you will remember all the notorious and the vulgar things you have done in life. When your body gets weak, do you think your mind will become strong without practicing Dhamma? Haven't you seen there are doctors, right? All these old people, when they get old, what do they say? I want to eat that. I want to see my son. I want to die at my home. I want to go home early. If there are any doctors, they can share what old people say when they get old. They tremble at face of death. They tremble. Therefore, dear Dhamma friends, upaniyati loko addo. This life is being dragged by old age. What's there to get fond of this life? Don't wish for another life. Second advice from the Dhamma sermon. The first advice was what? As long as you breathe, you suffer. Then, attano loko anabissaro. Say after me. Attano loko anabissaro.
Attana loko anavassaro.
Attano loko anabissaro. Attano loko anabissaro. This world is unprotected. World means this life, okay? This life is unprotected. It's not safe. There's nothing you can keep under your control. That's why it's not safe. You don't know what happens next moment. Anybody, a person might hit you thinking that he's hitting another enemy. You might get married to a person that you have hated a lot in a past life. What do you think about that gift? This life is so unprotected. The ones who sees this reality, they are very scared of this human life, this sansara. They love this Dhamma and they love this practice because they know that only this practice will make them attain Nibbana. All the other people, they want something from us. They want something from us. They're trying to enjoy with this body, which you can't fulfill. This happiness, there should be a way to satisfy, right? You live with sensual pleasures for 10 years. Are you satisfied? No. I'm enough, I'm fed up. Therefore, the second advice from the Buddha is Attana loko anabisaro. This world is unsafe. Why it is unsafe? This is not under our control. Then the third one, Asako loko sabbang pahaya gamaniyang. Asako loko sabbang. Asako loko sabbang.
Asako loko sabbang
Pahaya gamaniyang.
pahaya gamaniyang.
Whatever human beings takes as mine. Asako loko sabbang pahaya gamaniyang. Asako loko sabbang. Sabbang pahaya gamaniyang. Whatever human beings takes as mine. Whatever human beings takes as mine, it's mine, it's mine. They will have to leave it and go. Do you understand? How to ask in Hindi, do you understand? Therefore, Attano asako loko sabbam pahaya gamaniyang. Whatever you take as mine, you will have to give up. Some people think, I will only die after 65 years. Some, they think after they get married, my husband should not talk to anyone else. He should only stay with me. That what that thought will do, just one thought can ruin your life. Because whatever you take as mine will leave you and go. When that is the reality, when you're expecting a world that is not true and will not be, and you're living in a dream world when the reality is something different. What it is? When you are living in a dream world, when the reality is something else, you will suffer. Others will laugh at you. You all are Buddha's disciples. Don't let others laugh at you. Therefore, I'm getting a message that my voice is not clear. Is it too loud? Distorted?
No, but it's okay. It's fine.
Therefore, I reduced a little bit. So don't live in a way that others would laugh at you. Then the last one is, uh, so we learn three. Uno loko atito tanha daso. The world is uh, not completed. People are not satisfied. People cannot be satisfied. Why? They are being they have become slaves of craving. Beings can't be satisfied. That's the nature of human beings. They can't be satisfied. 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 6,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. It'll go how much you get. People are not satisfied. They think, no, 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 not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. Therefore, beings are being uh, you called surrounded by craving. So if when we are surrounded by craving, whatever we get attached to that. And if we get something that we hate, we get angry. Therefore, I gave four advices from Ratthapala Sutta. And through Buddha, and generally through the Buddha's teachings, I gave another two advices. What's that? Altogether six advices. First one is, as long as you breathe, there is suffering. And then what's the other one? In this life, more than your next life, before you think about your next life, think the reality of this life. How you would have to suffer because of these unwholesome thoughts. Then just as you suffer in this life, you will suffer in next life as well. And then beings are being carried by old age. This life, you can't take anything under your control. You can't keep things under your control. And then whatever you take as mine, you will have to leave and go. So therefore, there's nothing you can take as mine. Remember that. Things are not under control. There's nothing you can take as mine. Even your body doesn't belong to you, right? Your teeth will fall, your hair will fall, your skin will get wrinkled. And then our life is covered by craving. We can't satisfy us. It's very hard to satisfy our lives. Therefore, when this was said by uh, Ratthapala monk to a king, that king was surprised. Even he went for refuge. Therefore, dear devotees, it's 6:36. I finished my sermon in 20 minutes, in 36 minutes. Now let me know what you learn and your questions. Yes, I taught you uh, four things to be aware. And then now let me know how are you going to practice now onwards to live happily. You can choose the chat option, right? You can type.
सर्वांनी उत्तर द्या बनतेंची.
Bhante, regarding Ajivattamagashela, we didn't take third precept, brahmacharya. We take kamesu michachara. And in whole day, we recite this precept for 5 times. So we can remember it. Maybe we break any sila, but we try to recollect that we are taking these precepts. So it is better to continue with, or we can stop and while morning we take Ajivattamaka and after we can go to Panchashila.
Because Abrahmacharya is very powerful.
Okay.
Because at workplace, you have all these, even at office, they have all these love affairs, all these cases, right? So it's
Yes.
better to have this Ajivatama precepts and send them to work
Yeah.
and then come home, observe 5 precepts. Don't give 5 precepts, because if you are giving Ajivatama precepts, give Ajivatama precepts. And when
Okay.
they come home, observe 5 precepts.
Regarding this fourth, Uniloko Attito Tanahadaso.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate?
Yeah. Uno loko atitito, tanha daso. Uno loko atitito. Atitito means the world is not complete. Like they are not satisfied. It's incomplete for them. The world, that this life is, they are not content with the life. Tanha daso. Tanha daso means they have become slaves of craving. Daso means slaves. Tanha daso. They cannot be satisfied. Uno loco atitito. They cannot be satisfied. The reason they cannot be satisfied because they have craving. Uno loco atitito means these human beings cannot be satisfied. True or false?
No
True.
content. Yeah.
And the reason they cannot be satisfied is because of craving. Therefore, should understand our life is filled with craving, filled with craving, filled with craving. So this craving will get abandoned when you uh, see things as really they are. The craving get abandoned when you see things as really they are. Now, Buddha has to see this body as really it is. Buddha has taught us to see this body as elements. As elements. Elements means there is things, solid items. That is, hair, body hair, nails, teeth, skin, muscles, uh, nerves, then bones, bone marrow, large intestine, small intestine. So when you think these disgusting parts in the body, then your blood, then your gas, then the air in the body, you will think, for what I should get attached to a disgusting body like this. Then you are using this life to get rid of this life. Clear? You are using this life to get rid of this life. You are using this mind to get rid of this mind. You are using wisdom. You are using this reality. You are understanding this reality to get rid of this life. Even if a Buddha teach or not, We are getting old. We are dying. So I'm sorry to say, in India, I have seen people, they sink in rivers, in ocean, to get rid of bad karma. Increase my voice? Okay, I'll increase my voice. When they tell, it's like Alavaka Sutta. When that demon Alavaka says to Buddha, get out from my mansion, Buddha is going out. Then Alavaka says, come in, I'm coming. So me, Bhante, you are loud, then I'm reducing. Bhante, you are not loud, then I'm increasing. You know, some people, dear Dhamma friends, you know, you can't always correct them. Now, this is fine, okay, to increase my mic. What I'm saying you, in normal life, at work, at office, maybe at home, with your children, they might not listen to you. So if they don't listen to you, you should start listening to them. Then they will get friendly with you. That's how Buddha tamed demon Alavaka. Because he was a demon, Buddha, the demon said, get out, recluse, from my mansion. Buddha quickly left the mansion. Then he was happy. Then after that, the fourth time, the Buddha said, no, I'm not leaving. Then he got scared. Then only Buddha taught Dhamma. Therefore, don't always try to put your opinion, tolerate, and then put your opinion. Then he has gone through the mill. By with his stupid opinions, with their stupid opinions, after going through the mill, then they will realize, this is what I should do. I should follow what you say. Therefore, dear Dhamma friends, it's good that you're learning Dhamma every morning. It will complete and brush away all your unwholesome thoughts and brush up and cleanse your mind with wholesome thoughts and guide your life in the right path. Therefore, now I have to leave. I can't preach anymore. Therefore, happy to have a program with you. And I'm blessed to share the Buddha's teachings this early morning and share good thoughts and generate good thoughts and live a wonderful life. Even if I leave at 6:44, now meditate until 7 a.m. Don't take this break for granted. I have to go for the breakfast dana. And may you all be well and happy, have long life. May all the devas bound for your lives, may all the devas in India rejoice in this merit. Your country is a wonderful place. And may you be well and happy. And you are blessed by the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And may you realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. So,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
and may all the departed relatives of all of you all be well and happy. May they escape from samsara. And may your parents, your children, and Deepak and then Ravindra, who organized this program, be well and happy, have long life, well-being, and comfort. And may all of you all, understand the four things I teach you, and be satisfied with what you have, and follow the Ajivāttapaka precepts very well, and think that you can die at any time, and keep the 5 precepts. Don't break it. And may all your good thoughts come true, and be blessed, and be blessed, and be blessed, and be blessed, and be well and happy, be well and happy, be well and happy. There are Buddha's great relics in Sri Lanka, the Buddha's sacred Bodhi tree, and the Buddha's footprint, Buddha's tooth relic, Buddha's forehead relic. All these great relics are enshrined in Sri Lanka. And the Gautama Buddha's teachings are preserved in Sri Lanka. And by the power of that truthfulness, may all your lives be healed by the enormous qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvan Saranai.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhante, for your precious time.
Okay, Thiruvan Saranai.
Bhante, please come every month.
Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvan Saranai.
Thank you.